Hi, my name is Max. Today is January 27th, 2026, and today I want to talk about narcissism and insecurity. So I haven't uploaded in a while, and I really have no excuse. I just don't feel like it usually, and I've had this idea for a while to do narcissism and insecurity about like the narcissism and insecurity I had during my relationship. And about that, there is an update, but tomorrow's gonna be 3 months, so I'll make a video tomorrow and post that. So yeah, first of all, I guess I'll talk about narcissism. So during the relationship, I thought I was a really big green flag. Even before, I just thought I was the perfect boyfriend. I did everything right. I treated people right. And, that's what I had in mind, coming into the relationship. Before we started dating, I had a situationship, and it was mostly her fault why we broke up. Not broke up, fell apart, because it was never really official. And, I guess that's what made me think I'm so perfect. But after reflecting these past few months, I've realized I have a lot of problems that I didn't see during the relationship. If you could see that picture over there, it's from BoJack Horseman. It's him whole, complete, looking at himself in the reflection of his pool, and it shows him broken, and that's goes with the Greek mythology of whoever the narcissism guy was. I forgot his name, but it just shows how people may think they're complete, but really inside, when they look at themselves truly, they have problems that they just pass by. So I think that applies to me and my relationship. The main thing was looking back now, I feel like I was the center of attention, and the relationship mainly focused around me. I don't want to assume the entirety of the breakup was my fault, because I know that's not fair to me and to her, and it's just not good for my mental health. But I think majority of it was my fault. There's a lot of problems I had, and I would cause her during the relationship, and that just took a toll on our mental health and caused strains and stress between us, and that ultimately led her to break up with me. So I guess I'll give an example. I would always make it about me. So I have an example. Okay, on our last date before we broke up, we went out for her birthday. So her birthday is October 16th, and we went out on October 19th. And I was like, yeah, the entire day's about you, okay? And we went to the mall together, but at the mall, I felt I didn't realize it at the time, but I felt I was what we did was centered around me and what I wanted to do. Obviously we had similar interests, and we liked the same stores, but I feel I was spending my money mostly on me instead of her, and buying her gifts and stuff. And I realized that later when my parents picked me up. They're like, oh, why do you have so much stuff if it was her birthday? And because I had a giant bag of stuff, Pokemon cards and clothes, and hearing them call me out, I just realized they're right. And a lot of the time during our date, I was just so focused on what I wanted, Pokemon cards. And obviously she likes Pokemon cards too, she likes clothes too, but I was mainly buying the stuff for myself and not for her. So that's just one of the reflections I've had. Um, but another thing, and this like shifts into the insecurity I have now, is that I just wanted her to be by my side at all times. So we were long distance, and we would just like call on Discord, and all of the time like she would be free, but I had to study or I was busy doing something, and I would just want to be in call even though I would like ignore her, just pay no attention to her, just like that feeling of being together. And it wasn't really fair to her because she had to sit there and like she couldn't play games or anything, and like couldn't call her friends because I just wanted her to be there. And just looking back now, I realize like again I just centered the relationship around me and what I wanted. And I always thought about like from her perspective, I'd be like, I understand your perspective, but, and then I would just share what I say. And even arguing too, like that, I would like either just give up because she was just sharing what she thought was right, or like she would give up because I'm just so persistent that what I said was right and she was wrong and I'm right. And I think that's also what put a strain on her. But yeah, back to the call thing. So yeah, she would just like not force, but like I would get upset, and I just had like a really short leash on her. Like when she was with her friends and playing, this shifts to my insecurity now that her friend group was mostly boys, and when she played online games, it was mostly with guys. So I think that's where my insecurity comes from. It's just like there's always that fear in the back of my mind that she's gonna hang out with another guy more and then just leave me because he's able to spend more time with her and play games with her. And I think that stems from how we met, because initially we met online too, and at the time she was in a toxic relationship and I was just coming out of the situationship I mentioned earlier. And she just thought I was funny and we added each other, and then like a few days later we were dating. I guess it was a rebound for both of us, but we didn't see it at the time like that, and we just thought it was right person, right time. So I think that's mainly what I want to talk about, the narcissism I have and how that shifted to insecurity. There's some more points I want to talk about, but I'm just gonna pause this video real quick to gather my thoughts. I guess you guys will never know truly like to the full extent, which I'm trying to stress because you can't see in my mind obviously and all the events that happened, but I just hope you get the general idea of what I mean with narcissism in the relationship and the insecurity and how they combined into the breakup. Most of the thoughts I've had I've already covered, and the examples I've covered as well. So I think I'm just gonna end the video here. I'm gonna post another video tomorrow. I'll be sure not to miss it because it's 3 months. And yeah, just a check-in though. I've been doing better, I guess. It still hurts from time to time, and I think it's just to stop reopening the wound. But I'll talk more about that tomorrow. So thank you for watching if you watched all the way through this. And maybe I'll start uploading more videos about this where I'm just not talking about updates on the relationship.